Hey y'all, what's up? Jamie, that's me here. Welcome back to the channel, honey, and welcome back to another quick chat. Now, listen, on this quick chat, I definitely have a few things I want to talk about, like R&B divas possibly making a return or not. Who knows? There is a little drama surrounding that, so we're going to talk about that. Definitely got to talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville and these ratings because, girl. Yikes. And also, we have to talk about, Joran Vandersloot. Girl, I always thought his name was Jordan. Girl, I don't know if it's Joran or Jordan. But Mr. Vandersloot, we got to talk about him and the whole situation going on with him. And we're also going to touch on Shanquella Robinson and things that she has going on. Not so much as with her case, but some things that happened with individuals that were involved with her case. Okay. So we'll kind of chat about that and all. But before we really get into some things, first off, I want to go ahead and I want to talk about R&B Divas, okay? R&B Divas was that girl at once upon a time, okay? They were definitely that girl at once upon a time. I always thought that R&B Divas and Hollywood Divas was produced by Carlos King as well as Todd Tucker. And I'm sure there were other producers, but I wasn't really familiar with them. But I always thought that it was them primarily. Like those are the only two we really know, and I feel like they probably like the only two that really put themselves out there in the public eye, or whatever. Whereas some producers like to kind of lay low or whatnot. So there is a producer by the name of Phil that was a part of R&B Divas, and he's wanting the show to make a return, but he feels like TV One ain't really doing a part to bring the show back. So I definitely want to talk about that. But before we get into it, I just want to say that I would love to see them um do a comeback. Like, I would not mind seeing Nikki Gilbert, Kiki Wyatt, Selena Johnson, honey. I'm trying to see who else. Nikki Gilbert, Kiki Wyatt. I mean, maybe Faith. Y'all can bring Kelly Price back, girl, because y'all know Kelly Price had that drama last year with her illness and stuff, and the people didn't know what the hell was going on with her, and she's still about just as quiet. So I would like to see her and see what's been going on with her and stuff like that. I doubt if it's going to be how it was previously, in the past few years, because the ladies have grown so much. And when I think about growth, I'm thinking about Selena Johnson. I feel like she has grown the most, but baby, I will never forget the iconic read that she gave, or shall I say roast, okay, that she gave to Miss, what's that lady name? Miss Nikki Gilbert, baby. And I know I have it here. So let me go ahead and share my screen so that y'all can see what it is that I'm talking about, girl. So girl, hopefully YouTube don't flag Haney, but let's just listen to what she had to say.
DVD. You lying bitch.
Bring it down, Godzilla. Bring it down.
I know you've been talking SpongeBob.
Bring it down.
Wet ass outfit you got on, bitch. You super wet. Now that I am at 1,000, I definitely got to get out of here. I am exiting stage left. Yes, I'm a bitch. A bitch that's better than you,
Ooh.
that's cuter than you, and that's more pulled up than you, bitch.
Ooh.
And you hate
But
it.
you work
You
for
hate
me,
it. Bitch, I ain't never worked for you,
work
bitch.
for me.
I don't work for you.
work
Bitch,
for
I ain't never worked for you.
Keep
And
it
never.
right, Wiggy.
Okay, Bobby, because you a man, bitch.
All right.
A man with a wig. You're a hot mess. And your lips look like a baboon's ass. I'm not angry. I'm very, very calm, bitch. What you've done to these women is a sin. And there's a special place in hell for a bitch like you. A special place for a bitch that causes division within other women. It is a special place for you. The truth is, you're the common denominator. Everybody knows that you're a hot mess. You're gonna look a mess with those black gums and all.
Ooh.
And them knock ass knees. Thank you and good night. This is
Oh my God, bro. Oh my God. Girl, not you sat up there and said the lady had them knock ass knees. Girl, listen. Selena was reading Miss Ma'am the down. Like, girl, she was reading her the down. Definitely. Here for that, girl. I don't think we'll ever get that type of entertainment again, even if they were to bring the show back. But girl, I would like to see it. But anywho, let's go ahead and get on to what I really wanted to talk about, because it looks like there might be a little bit of drama brewing with this R&B Divas return. So it looks like they're saying over here on the Jasmine brand that R&B Divas producer Phil Thornton says he's done He's done with TV1 after a heated exchange with the network president. So let's get into what took place, okay? So first of all, somebody got in the comments and they said this R&B Divas Dreamcast would be iconic if Phil and TV1 were able to come together and get a check, okay? If a check was cut to give us a fourth season with our favorite divas, it would be great. So Phil is like, well, I would love to see the show return. However, it ain't on me or on the cast. Okay, we not the ones that's delaying stuff. You need to holler at Michelle Rice, that's the president over there at TV1. So then Michelle said, well, I call BS on this comment. So then Phil hops up and says, I or any of the divas show producers don't own or control the name or the show. Your network does. If you're not interested, release the name and we could take the show elsewhere. Now, where is the lie or the BS you were referring to? Call me if you need to chat with me. I don't go back and forth on socials unless there is a check involved. See what it is? You added that lady and you didn't think that lady was going to respond to you, Phil. No, that's what it's giving. You added that woman and you did not think that woman was going to get with you when she got with you. Now, I wasn't expecting her to say she called BS because most, presidents and people in those higher positions, they don't do that. But Michelle said, I have time today. Period. Okay. And the way Michelle responded to you was given that you had been saying some slick about this lady for a minute. And she was like, okay, I'm on your head top today, baby. So when he responded to her and stuff, she says, just stop. It's unbecoming and just dumb. No lie in that. You can call me if you like. You have my number. Okay. So you can call me. You want me to call you now? You call me. And it's like, bro, we ain't gonna get that done if don't nobody pick up the phone. Can somebody call? Can somebody send an email? Send a bird. Somebody send something so we can get this stuff resolved. So Phil says unbecoming. Dumb, I will stop. I sure will. I'm gonna stop bringing hit shows and talent to your network. So unprofessional to act this way as a network president on social media. Grateful for the opportunity and success, but we're done. Wait a minute, Phil. You want to moonwalk to the back because we need to talk. This is my thing. Although I hear you and you may feel away, you came for her. You just because you're a TV producer and she's a president and her position might be higher than yours, they're both influential positions. And at the same time, you also have a level of integrity and professionalism that you're supposed to display as well. While you coming for her, like true enough, she didn't have to cuss at you. She didn't have to say that. But I feel like it didn't matter what she would have said. You would have had an issue with it, period. So it's like, don't be trying to flip the switch and then talking about something so unprofessional. Don't do that. Because what if you go to another network and don't nobody want your SHI but TV1? Then you're gonna be right back over there at TV1 trying to push something, and then Michelle gonna remember exactly what you said to her on this moment, and she gonna be like, "Nah, we ain't greenlit nothing." How about that? You came out better just not responding to that lady, girl. Michelle hit him with them deuces. Like, baby, you could go. You can go if you want to go. Okay, f that. You can keep that. Okay, that's what it's giving. So she didn't really care. So I'm over here in the comments, right? I scrolled the comments and what I came across was, first of all, let's get into what Phil says because he has more to say. He says he wished TV1 the best, would love to explore the R&B Divas with all original producers and updated cast at a different network/streamer. Clearly, they don't see value. All love. You can watch hashtag uncensored and hashtag the one. It airs next Thursday. He says, this is my last gift to the network. So it seems like for him to make this call, like, I am going to stop. I'm going to stop bringing my talent and stuff and my shows to your network. It's giving, he's been fed up for a long time as well. That's what it seems like. Okay. Now, what I really wanted to focus on was this person that says, just date girl, right? This woman happens to be, I could have just highlighted her name, Dr. Stacy J. Is it Johnson or Jackson? Johnson. And she is the new doctor over there at Put a Ring on It. Okay. So this is what she had to say. She says, Nikki Gilbert's company, WIRF Media, owns the name R&B Divas. Why argue back and forth in the comments? It's public record. Look it up for yourself. I can't wait to see who Nikki and the real Faith Evans and their team of producers add to the new cast. So it seems like Nikki Gilbert, Faith Evans will both be a part of it. Girl, y'all need to go over there and get Kiki Wyatt. Okay, because she is pure entertainment. We know based on how Selena just read the hell out of Nikki all them years ago, Nikki probably never gonna invite Selena back, and Selena probably would never go back. Who knows? Okay. But Dr. Stacy says, be happy the show is coming back. So she's confirming that it's coming back. She says, I know I am. And equally happy, my friend who is a Black woman, company owns the R&B name and the brand. She works her ass off for as long as I have known her, creating products and speaking about ownership. Okay, so I don't know, maybe some wheels and stuff may have gotten mixed up in the crossfires and stuff when it comes to Phil, and he's saying that they own the name. But Phil, maybe you want to connect with Nikki Gilbert, see if you could produce for her company, if this is indeed true, because Nikki Gilbert got in the comments and said that part, friend. So it seems like it may be true. Nikki owns the name. Okay, she owns the name. So I don't know how TV One is standing in the way. And this may be something that Michelle Rice knew, which is why she said she was calling BS. But he was using this possibly as a way for him to, dish out some of his other discrepancies or whatever with the network in hopes that they would, budge on a few stuff. Girl, I don't know. But it seems like it's something that's been brewing for a long periodically time, okay? For a very long periodically time. But I want to hear you guys' thoughts and comments. Were you aware that the name and everything is owned by Nikki Gilbert? And also, if they bring the show back or when they bring it back, are y'all gonna watch it? Are y'all gonna be tuned in? Are you gonna get your life to the show? Like, what's really good? Let me know. But in the meantime, I do want to switch over and I want to talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville because, girl, the way these ratings are set up, it's not looking so good in my personal opinion. And I was checking these. I was looking for these numbers. I ain't even gonna lie, not even gonna hold y'all. I was looking for these numbers since yesterday. No. I'm lying, since Monday. I had been looking for the numbers, but I know that sometimes TV Deets post the numbers on Tuesday, right? But they were a little delayed because they were more so interested in getting the ratings and the viewership for Real Housewives of Atlanta and other shows, and then eventually they dropped this one. Okay, but for you guys to know, I haven't really been talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville for real. I only really discuss it or do my watch alongs over on my Patreon channel. Not channel, but over on my Patreon, right? And it's just a really underwhelming show to me at this point. Melody and Martell bickering back and forth, I could care absolutely the fuck less about, in all honesty. I'm just not interested. I just feel like we in the same cycle for a long time. Like, y'all trying to reset it and go back to the basics, and it's not even working because y'all trying to put the Scotts in a position as where the hosts were when we first started this show. And it's just like, it's tired. Like, nobody really cool with nobody. Like, I just don't like it. Like, it's just not, it's dry, it's getting boring. It's definitely a show that you watch when it ain't shit else to watch on TV. Like, let me just see what's going on. I used to do additional commentary outside of the show. And I said, I'm not going to do that. The last thing I did was the interview that Stormy did with Carlos King. And after that, I was like, I'm not, recapping or watching any more interviews. Don't really care too much about what's happening or what's going on with the cast out here in these streets and stuff. I mean, yeah, you guys send me things and stuff come across my desk and I may tune into it, but I'm not interested in really talking about it for real, for real. But I definitely wanted to just hop over and talk about the ratings though, so we can get into that and understand like what's really going on. Okay. And these ratings and things are coming from TV Deets. So shout out to them. And it looks like last week they hit a low of 232,000. That was a season low. Their views have never been this low. Their views have always maintained like a high 500 or a little over 500,000, maybe a high 400 and some thousand. Okay. Decent views. Okay. Very, very decent views, and really the highest views on the network. And they kept bragging about being the number one highest rated show on the network. And at one point it was Ready to Love being the highest rated show on the network. But over time, even Ready to Love fell. But the reason Ready to Love fell, and I don't know what y'all doing over there at the own network, but I feel like Ready to Love fell because y'all kept bringing us damn shows, seasons back to back to back to back to back to back to back. You know what I'm saying? And then a lot of the people that y'all picked were like a lot of y'all like Greek people, y'all Greek sorority and fraternity sisters and all of that. And it just like y'all just didn't do a great job with picking and stuff. Like the producers just like y'all need to go back to season one formula is what y'all need to do, because whatever y'all was giving us, it was horrible. Now when it comes to Love and Marriage Huntsville, people are getting exhausted. Y'all be having about as many episodes as Real Housewives of Atlanta, but y'all don't really take no damn break. The break be like 2 months or so, and then we about to get back to filming. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I didn't really understand it when people would say that, because I would primarily feel that way about Ready to Love. I felt like Ready to Love wasn't giving us a break. But I feel like with the ratings being so low with Love and Marriage Huntsville, I feel like it's like this for a number of things. It's tired ass storylines. It's the same old theme, Martell versus Melody. Like, people are high key getting, a little tired. The group trying to come together and act like they cool, primarily male, and trying to come together acting like she cool with the group. We all know it's fake, because Carlos had to come and have a conversation with them, and they had to get their shit together. So it's not even really giving genuine, for real, for real. Their whole link ups and all of that. And I just think people just tired of the damn show. Now, I did see people writing a petition or something talking about trying to get Carlos off the show. And I'm like, girl, that shit ain't gonna happen. That is not going nowhere. Y'all just doing this for pure fun, entertainment, kikis, and damn laughs, because that man created that show. If you think that he's gonna go somewhere, he not. And where the hell y'all want him to go? He not the one on the show. That would make more sense for a producer that's actually on the show, and y'all want to get them up off of there. Possibly, but it's his show, it's his company, it's his production company. Even if he's not a part, it's still his company. What are y'all talking about? Like, girl, y'all just be doing stuff, and it's just really weird. But anywho, I just wanted to get y'all thoughts on it. Y'all feel free to hop down in the comments and share your thoughts on the ratings. They definitely dropped. I don't know if I mentioned how much they dropped this past week, because the week before last they dropped down to like 232,000, right? But the reason for that, they said, was because there was some glitches or some issues with the TV, and it wasn't playing for everybody. I don't know if they were playing the old episode, but the new episode wasn't playing. So that played into why the views were so low last week. Well, it doesn't explain why the views were so low this past week, because it seemed like people just weren't tuned in. And this past weekend, they got 7,000 less views than what they got on the actual season premiere, which was 288,000. So y'all tell me the reasons as to why y'all are not like watching the show. Like, what has made it so not interesting for you? When I watch the show, even doing my watch alongs, I'll be like, oh, this is so underwhelming. Sometimes it feels like it's a drag. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, it's not as entertaining as it used to be. And I think they are going to have moments like when Stormy's mom gets into it with Melody or whatever, whenever that is. I think that's probably going to be a spike in views or whatnot. But then what after that? They're going to have to really, I think they might be in filming for the second half of the season. So they're going to have to really like do some things to bring the audience back for the second half of the season. So, I mean, girl, we'll see. All I know is I'm really looking forward to a Bell Collective, child. What is Bell Collective? Bring me Bell Collective back. That's what I want to watch. But y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below, honey. Let me go ahead and move on. And we're going to talk about Joran Sloot, or however you say his name, this week or next week. Okay. Y'all know years ago, Natalie Holloway went missing down there in Aruba. She's from Alabama, and she went on a trip with her school, right? She went on a trip with her school, and she was 18 years old at the time. She disappeared while she was on that trip with her school for their graduation senior year to Aruba in 2005, right? He ended up being arrested, but I don't think he was ever convicted of her disappearance, right? Because they never found her body. But at some point there was like a confession or something that he made, but I don't think it was an official confession. I think it was just something people caught on camera. So he was never fully, I don't believe, charged for what happened to her, right? But he did ended up going to prison for out there in Peru for killing a Peruvian woman, from my understanding, that was like 21 years of age or whatever. So he ended up breaking her neck or something like that. And he ended up killing that woman, right? So now that he's been locked up for that crime that he committed in Peru, America, the US is like, hey, we want to extradite this MFer back. Like, y'all need to bring him back because he needs to answer for his crimes of what he did to Natalie Holloway. Well, it looks like Peru done approved for him to bring his ass to America. And I'm like, don't bring that menace to society over here, girl. You know what I'm saying? But anywho, they want to extradite him back, so he's going to be extradited. They're saying that he's going to face fraud and extortion charges that are connected to Holloway's mom. Now, I don't know if they're going to be able to charge him with the death or the murder of Natalie Holloway, considering the fact that They don't have a body, and he has never, from my understanding, let me double check. They said he did. I was gonna say he never told them where the body was, but they're saying he identified a site in Aruba where he said her remains were buried, but he lied. So yeah, I don't think they ever found her at all. So I don't know if they're going to try and charge him for murder if they don't have a body, but it looks like they are going to be able to get him on extortion and wire fraud. So those are the two counts that he's going to be facing, and they're saying that he allegedly extorted $25,000 from Natalie's mom because he promised that he was going to let her know where her daughter's remains were. What kind of SHI is that? And you know what would be even worse? If he over here confessing to a crime, and let's say he never committed it, and you over here just playing on these people's top. So I don't know if he did or didn't, girl. It's still a mystery. But I find it so interesting to me. Shout out to Natalie's mom because she never let us forget who her daughter was, ever. She never let us forget who her daughter was. But although I'm glad she's going to get a bit of justice that's going to satisfy her, I am a bit bitter, just a bit. And y'all let me know y'all thoughts. But I'm a bit bitter because I'm like, you mean to tell me y'all will extradite him over wire fraud or whatever the charges were? Let me make sure I have extortion and wire fraud. Y'all will extradite him for that. But when it came down to Shanquella Robinson, y'all would sit up there and say that there's not enough evidence for y'all to charge anybody for a crime that happened to her. So y'all want other countries to cooperate with y'all and extradite who y'all want to come back to America, but y'all don't want to cooperate with other countries to send your fellow fucking citizens back to the country where the crimes were committed. The audacity. And I just feel like that's so fucked up. That is just so messed up to me. That high key pisses me off. Like, I'm glad her mama is getting, whatever justice that she deserves, because she should get that, especially if he harmed her daughter. And if you can't get him on that, yeah, get him on the extortion and the wire fraud. Like, absolutely. However, it does make me extremely disappointed in the United States that y'all so fugazi as fuck. Honestly, like, it just and then we get autopsy reports and stuff, and it's saying something completely different than what the people out there in Mexico was saying. And I just don't trust y'all. Like, I just don't. I just do the fuck not. So it definitely irks the hell out of me. But I tell you what's interesting. Shout out to the North Carolina beat, because he posted a video of two of the young ladies, Dejanay and I believe Alyssa, who ended up getting beat up, girl. Got jumped by some ladies the other night. He put the video up on his website. I believe it's the NorthCarolinaBeat.com, or either it's the NCBeat.com, but I think it's the NorthCarolinaBeat.com. But anywho, girl, they got beat. Now I did see in the video is so much stuff that's happening that you can barely see who's who. But from some of the still shots that he did take, you could see Alyssa's face clear as day. And it seemed like she was actually handling one of them people, girl. It looked like she was, but then somebody ended up getting her. And then Dejanay was out there. I didn't see a whole lot with her. But, according to him, they got into a brawl and the people was on their arse. And that's just the short answer. And I don't know if it had anything to do with the passing of Shanquella, or if it had anything to do with I don't know if it had anything to do with, Shanquella's death, or if it had something to do with a completely different, separate situation. So that's what we're not sure. One would want to believe that it has something to do with Shanquella, especially now that the charges have been dropped against y'all. Now y'all are able to go out and hang out and think you can do whatever it is you want to do like you normally have. You know what I'm saying? Prior to all of this happening. And then your first night being out, you get jumped. Girl, yikes, honey. I hate it. I hope that their family, I know her mom was talking about filing a civil suit, and I would sue every last one of those kids that was in that room with my child and did not assist her in getting the adequate help that she needed until the very last minute. And I definitely would file a suit, a wrongful death lawsuit against that girl. Whatever that girl, Dejanay, whoever, I will go and see what I could do, and I will file a suit against all of their asses. Absolutely. Sure would. And if the FBI mishandled the case, girl, y'all might want to tiptoe in there and see if there was a way for you to sue them, and then send the case off to a higher superior person that can, like, investigate it and bring those charges back. So, girl, when I saw this Jordan Vandersloot thing or Joran, whatever the hell his name is this week or next, when I saw that, I thought about Shanquella and it just pissed me off all over again. So, y'all gonna make sure y'all get his ass and get that justice for Miss Ma'am, huh? In one way or the other, but y'all not gonna do y'all due diligence for this young black lady. Girl, it's crazy because we should never expect more of them. Never, because they have shown their hands on so many different levels. But every time it happens, it's always the same disappointment. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't be surprised. And because we shouldn't be surprised, shouldn't lead to disappointment, but it always does, you know. So, girl, I am just getting over it. Well, listen, I just wanted to come to y'all real quick, chit chat with y'all a bit about everything. I want you guys to go ahead and hop down in the comments. Let me know your thoughts about R&B Divas, Love and Marriage Huntsville, this Jordan Vandersloot situation, and Shanquella Robinson situation, and these young ladies getting jumped on. Okay, but that's all that I got. I'm Jamie. That's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jamie. That's me, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.